report. I got a lot of news from yesterday and today. No, not a repeat. I just wasn't here yesterday. Hey, September 6th. Please make a note of this. SummerSlam 2014 coming out on DVD and Blu-ray. September 23rd, Best of Sting coming out, DVD and Blu-ray. October 7th, Brothers of Destruction. October 17th, John Cena's Greatest Rivalries. October 21st, Night of Champions 2014. November 4th, Attitude Era Volume 2. November 18th, Macho Man Randy Savage. November 25th, Hell in a Cell 2014. And December 9th, WWE presents True Giants, which I'd like to have that myself. December 23rd, Survivor Series 2014. By the way, Hall of Famer Mick Foley will be appearing September 6th episode of MeTV's Svengoolie show. I haven't watched that. I guess it's a kid's show. Final rating for SmackDown was in 1.95, the highest rating of the month, and this was up from last week's 1.79. Drew about 2.7 million people. That was up, looks like 11% from last week. Alright, WWE is billing Raw's Monday from Baltimore as the season premiere. It says, confirmed for the show is going to be Bray Wyatt versus Jericho in a steel cage, Roman Reigns taking on Randy Orton, and Jerry Springer is going to be hosting the Bella Twins in an intervention. He's never intervened in anything. He starts crap. Maybe somebody slap him around, huh? And for those wondering, the split between the Bella Twins was something that the Total Diva producers wanted for Season 3. WWE is just producing the current split angle for the Total Divas, and they will likely be back together before the end of the season, where everybody lives happily ever after. The family is all intact. The talk is TNA and podcast both reported that there's talk of more TNA office departures in the last week. Talk is, I don't know what talk is, I think it's a website. TNA reports that TNA live events are on hiatus for the foreseeable future as the company is focusing on TV for right now. Some of the releases last week were reportedly from live event departments. After this weekend's taping in North Carolina and Virginia, TNA has taped next week's Bethlehem, Pennsylvania show and then Bound for Glory pay-per-views from Tokyo in October. After Bound for Glory, there are no TNA events scheduled until the UK tour in January next year. So they're going to be taping a couple more things. And it appears WWE's relationship with social media website TOUT has ended. WWE has not used their TOUT page since since August 12th. Don't know why it was cutoff date. And NXT has not used their page since May 25th. Several WWE talent have gone months without using the service, and the last Superstar account was active in June. They gave him like a $5,000 investment, I think, in July, and then they just let the contract expire. Former WWE talent Evan Bourne and his brother Mike Sydal have both turned down deals with the new El Rey Network Lucha Underground series that AAA is involved with. And noted before that the Young Bucks and Frankie Kazarian also turned down deals. Many of the wrestlers are kind of hesitant to sign with the series due to the terms of the deal and discrepancy in pay being offered to various talent. I guess it's a wide range, just depends on what your name brings in. A little bit more on it. Former WWE Tough It Up participant Martin Casares has signed he's signed on for the series. Former WWE creative writer, do you remember Chris DeJoseph? You might remember him being Big Dick Dudley. Big Dick Johnson, my fault. Dudley, he's not around anymore, I don't think. But Big Dick Johnson. Anyway, he's going to be working with the production of the series. And indie star Ricky Reyes and B-Boy has also signed on for the project. I'm not sure when this is going to be going on. I mean, when it actually starts, but I'll let you know more on that. Not sure what channel or anything. El Rey previously announced Luchadors Phoenix Pentagon Jr., Sexy Star, Drago, and Blue Demon Jr. has signed. Other names that's been confirmed to have been offered deals. Now this says they've been offered. Include John Morrison, Conan, Hernandez, Ricochet, Joey Ryan, Candice LeRae, Rocky Romero, Scorpio Sky, Matt Cross, and Adolis Velez. And also noted Chavo Guerrero was also offered a deal and is expected to wrestle as well as work backstage. Tapings begin this week, so El Rey was trying to get the majority of the deals, signed by then. Don't know where they're going to be at. Lisa Marie Verone, Squared Circle Restaurant in Chicago, is going to have a Paul Heyman night on September 27th. Verone and her friends are going to be watching the WWE Paul Heyman DVD at the restaurant. 2 nights later, Verone will host a party bus going to Raw in Chicago. Anyway, the tickets are $20 to get you the commemorative t-shirt, seat on the bus. Tickets are available online if you want to check that out. Of course, if you remember, she has the Black Widow finisher, I think, which I think a few girls do it now. WWE's website's got a new poll up asking fans about the best manager-client combination. Superstar Billy Graham and the Grand Wizard, like this, or Joel Gertner and the Dudleys, Freddie Blassie and the Iron Sheik, Paul Ellery and Road Warriors, Jim Cornette, Midnight Express, J.J. Dillon, the Four Horsemen, Miss Elizabeth and Randy Savage and Bobby Heenan and Andre the Giant, Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar, or Paul Bear and Undertaker with over 11,000 votes. Taker and Bear lead 62%. Heyman and Lesnar comes in next at mere 24%. Alright, and Alberto Del Rio noted on Twitter that he's going to be wrestling in Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Japan. Just wanted to let you know in case you're looking for him. And former WWE Diva and TNA knockout Mickie James is due to give birth soon. Apparently she's pregnant. She didn't check in with me about that. And regarding The Rock playing Black Adam in DC Comics' Shazam movie, he's also going to be serving as a producer for the film, which I don't think he's done that before yet on any of his film. He might have. CM Punk's lawyer, I knew this was going to happen sometime or the other, but it's kind of a little twist to it. They recently sent a 22-page letter to WWE over royalties and the use of his likeness, mainly him being featured in the WWE 2K15 video game. And this isn't confirmed, but WWE may have stopped sending Punk royalty checks over their claim that he breached his contract. And regarding the video game, the roster was put together before, Punk even quit the company. So, I think Punk might be just blowing his money on that, but it's good, worth a try. And it's also reported last week that WWE Vice President of Venue Merchandising and Operations, Alan Rubin, was let go right after the WrestleMania 30 due to major concessions problem in New Orleans, where a large sum of money apparently went missing at the end of the weekend. It's odd when you give somebody a bunch of money, it just don't always get to where it's going. And in an update and a correction from last week, the vending company that Rubin hired did not go bankrupt, and while there were a shortage of money, some say it wasn't a huge sum. I'll tell you in a minute. Tell me this ain't huge. Anyway, merchandising sales of WrestleMania 30 surpassed budget projections by $300,000, less than WrestleMania 29. Well, anyway, WrestleMania 30 Superstore brought in $1.4 million in sales over 4 days, and the shortage of money referred to last week was due to a theft at the Superstore. All you gotta do is credit cards, no cash, credit cards. Leaves you a paper trail big time. As noted, old Ryback revealed on his latest YouTube video that he's having surgery for several groin pulls and herniated disc. The impression given from within WWE is Ryback was overplaying the injuries. It's no secret that he likes to joke around and mess with fans on social media. But if he does have that, I believe him. Putting people away more than you do and go stomping around the ring with somebody on your shoulders, that could cause all that. The man from Italy in Bo Dallas's segment on Raw this week was WWE social media worker Nikki Savanga. Fourth season of the Total Divas, which is expected, will likely feature the wedding of Cameron and Vinny. And superstar Xavier Woods turns 28 years old today, and former WWE Diva Karma turns 37 years old, and Jerry Jarrett turns 72. You know, by the way, do you remember the big girl that was in NXT when Vicky was down there, and she was taking all these divas, to be divas, knockout, whatever they are there. And was going to be bringing them in. I think she was like 7 foot, maybe. I'm not sure. But supposedly they had a spat. She didn't bring her in, and she left the company. Do you remember what her name was? I don't know if she changed it or not, but it's Isis, the Amazon. Whew. I'd be changing my name real quick. Former WWE superstar Tyler Rex, Gabe Tuff is his real name, which I would have used that long before I would have Tyler Rex. But anyway, he was just cast in the role of an upcoming movie film called Minutes After Midnight. The movie will be submitted to the Sundance viewing. Tyler Rex plays a ruthless bounty hunter named Tegan. And there's a lot more details at squirrelfilms.com on that. Thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.